Maker, I'm going to say. I am a crafter based here in New Zealand, and welcome to... I'm just bringing it up on my computer so I can actually see what's going on. Hopefully I can see what's going on. No, I can't see what's going on. That's okay. Anyway. And I forgot to put on Do Not Disturb. Give me a sec, guys. We'll see. Let's just see how we go. I'll do if I have to redo this, I'll redo this. Anyway, I've wasted a minute of your time. Okay, so welcome to Ringmahi Guides, or RMC, as I'm changing it up this year. Basics of Paper Crafting 101. So I'm just going to go over, this is paper, adhesives, tools, colouring mediums, what you need to know about them. Paper crafting, you're going to use tools and paper. Okay, hope you like my new sign for the year. So, paper comes in various ways, as we all know. Some are in pounds, some are in grams. The bigger the number, the heavier the cardstock. So I'm going to show you something. So, do I have a sheet of copy paper? Yes, under my feet. I'm literally reaching under the table at the moment. Okay, so here's some examples of weights. You've got like your printer papers. These are about 20 pound, about 10 pounds. Okay, so it's light printing, delicate, very delicate work. You all know printer paper. Then you move into your cardstocks. Okay, so this is where they get heavier. I have various companies that I use. For example, this one's close to my heart. This one's Stampin' Up. So this is a piece of 12 by 12 scrapbooking paper. This just happens to be double-sided. It's white core, so that means it's white on the inside. Okay. And this is I want to say about that 60-ish pound. So it's nice and light, okay? So it's designed as a layering weight product. So, for example, this paper from Close to My Heart is designed to have a couple of layers on it, so as not to weigh it down. Then we go something heavier, like an 80 pound. This one's from Stampin' Up, and it is dyed all the way through. So this is thick compared to, okay? So these are great for card bases, some layers. It makes really sturdy, card. This one is from Colourbook. It doesn't actually tell me the weight. I would say that's a layering weight, so similar to the Close to My Heart papers. Here's one for you. This is 300 gram, which is about 80 pound-ish. So it's a very heavy duty cardstock. Now if I pull that sheet out, now this is what I use for my card bases. Listen to that. That's cardboard. Okay, so that's really thick and heavy, but it is lighter than this one, okay? Just so you know. What else have we got here? Right. Here's an even heavier one. This is from Cricut. This just happens to be sticker paper. So this is sticker paper on sticker backing. Sorry, that's the boys. For those that don't know, I have two puppies who come to work with me. We'll go on to pretty papers. So pattern papers come in all sorts of ways. These ones are from Stampin' Up. And these just happen to be double-sided. Okay, so each company does their own thing, has their own layouts, etc. Changes patterns on you when you finally find something you like. So pattern paper also comes with specialty finishes. This just happens to be 6x6. Here's a close to my heart paper. Now this actually has a zip strip on it, which basically gives you the details of the company, the collection. This has the colours in it. Again, it is double-sided. Okay. So this is just a lighter weight. So let's just pop that in there. And here's another one. This is from Crafter's Choice. It's one of the few brands we get here in New Zealand. And again, it doesn't tell me the weight, but this is single-sided. This just happens to be almost like copy paper weight. Okay, so it's just things you could be careful of. So paper crafting involves paper, so you need to sort of work out what brands you like. I flip between direct sales, so because of the products that we can't get down here. Right, just have a drink. Right, still going okay. Awesome. Okay, adhesives. You got your paper sorted. Now you need something to stick it down with. So I'm just going to gently pull some stuff out of my drawer. Right. So you've got so much adhesives that are available to you, from dry adhesives to wet adhesives. So very quickly, dry adhesive is exactly that. It's double-sided tape. Let's not beat around the bush. I don't spend lots of money on my tapes, okay? I generally buy them overseas and import them in. Because I use wet glues 90% of the time, and I'm only using double-sided tape on things like acetate or plastics, or if I want to help reinforce my layers and give a bit of extra weight and quick grab while things dry. You get things like foam tape to give dimension. This one's, you know, great big fun toy, is double-sided tape in a gun form. Yeah. So awesome. And then I just glittered and resined it myself. Wet glues. Don't buy cheap shit. This is me being honest. Don't buy cheap shit. Double-sided tape, you could get away with it. Wet adhesives, it's not worth it. They come in a couple of different formats, but the basics are water-based. Now I've just thrown out my other water-based glue. This just happens to be water-based as well. You only need the tiniest piece of water-based glue. If you use too much, or if you buy cheap water-based glue that has too much water in it, that your cast up will crinkle. So you got to be careful with your cheap stuff. Don't waste your money on cheap stuff. Get yourself some bottles. I am currently using glitter glue. It dries clear. I just really prefer it over a latex based glue. So latex based, you may know this brand. It's very common out there. I don't like it because of the latex. People have latex allergies and you don't know. If you've got a drop of glue on the front of your card, it may be enough to trigger that allergy. So as a retired nurse, I'm very careful with how I use that. I also don't like the feel of it. It's too gross. ADHD, tactile issues, sensory issues. And then we've got our solvent-based glues. Yes, I'm not showing you brands, and I'm not showing you brands for a reason. So solvent-based glues are generally like alcohol-based or acetone-based. Um, some very well-known crafters have moved over to solvent-based wet adhesives because they dry fast and they dry like rock. They give you that real reinforcement. Amazing stuff, and I use it a lot on my card bases because of paperweights. So that's a great way of using it on some of your layers to give that heavier feel of luxury. So that's my wet adhesives, my dry adhesives. We're almost at the end of this one. Okay, sorry, tilting camera, I need to get it out. Tools. Yes, you can see I've got a collection, and that's because I have been collecting over time. Basic tools you're going to need. A bone folder. These come in many shapes, sizes, and you have things from real bone to plastic, or that one's plastic, to made to look like real bone. This one is Teflon, and this one just happens to be real bone. And I like the real bone ones. Interesting fact, I've personally seen in one of our museums here in New Zealand where I grew up, they had a couple of wooden and actual bone folders from the beginning of the 1900s. And what's interesting is, especially with the bone, is as you use it over the decades, little grooves start to develop where you put your hands. So it actually becomes more and more comfortable over time. And it's a good way to use and respect the animals that we use. So this is bone that would have been thrown away. I've purchased it, so I'm now actually using it and giving respect to the animal. In my brain, my logic. You might need spatulas. You can get plastic ones, you can get metal ones, you can get all sorts. They are helpful. A good set of tweezers. These are very fine nose tweezers. These are reverse tweezers, so you can see that. So they actually hold, they pinch, whereas these ones stay open and you've got to hold. Okay, these are my preferred. They're like a third hand. You do need some kind of stylus system, even if it is, say, one of these. This just happens to be a multifunctional tool. It's got putty on one end, which is the same as this thing, but it has a stylus on the other end. This particular tool also came with a stabby pokey tool. So a pokey tool's helpful. This is another stylus. It just came with my scoreboard, which is not essential. Now here's the other tip. So it's got a spatula and a pokey end. So you get both tips. Other essential tools I'm thinking of are things like paper trimmers. This is just one that I'm currently using at the moment that I have decorated myself because I hated the boring brown. Get it in both metric and imperial. Sorry, metric, imperial. It will make your life easier. Trust me. I think those are the important tools. The other part is about colouring. I'm not going to go into detail about that, but as you can see, you can have a lot of fun. I've got things like alcohol inks, I've got water paints here, distress crayons, I've got acrylic paints, I have got shimmer inks in here. So I've got all sorts of stuff in here to colour. Alright, so that's just that one. And then I'm just grabbing these over. If you want to be a bit more simplified, You can get things like alcohol markers. Okay, lots of brands do these. You can get yourself water-based markers. Okay, these just happen to be dual-ended. I'm not a colorist. I color very basically. So these do the same thing. And I love these for a long time. But I found another medium that I really enjoy. So I just put things away as I use them. Yeah, I'm that type of crafter. So I've recently gone and brought me some colour pencils. Now, they do come, of course, in various types. These just happen to be watercolour pencils. This one's a Stampin' Up one. This one's a Faber-Castell. So I've got all my watercolour pencils here. All these ones, so this is just a cheaper brand. This one is Colorista by Spectrum Noir, and these are oil-based. So I'm getting more into my oil-based pencils. And there's techniques with that you can quite easily use to blend that pencil really nicely. So I hope that helps. Quick, short, simple, basic tools. So I'm going to say thank you for now, and I shall see you with our next live.